Okay, there we go.
She saw something in the shadows. It was a silhouette moving. On seeing this, the boy drew his spear. The creature stood up. It was a slasher with a danger level between 2 and 3 stars. Without wasting time, he charged towards the creature. Its mouth started to open, revealing something. It was a huge tongue, now headed towards the boy. Quickly, he managed to defend himself with the
Okay,
attack
why is
using his staff.
why
However,
is
the
this
boy
here?
thought something was different. The creature had managed to grab his
Yeah,
weapon
that
and
should
let
not
go.
be there.
Taking advantage of the contact between them, it retracted its limb. With the force exerted, he ended up being pulled along with the staff. Before getting closer to the creature, he let go of it. If he hadn't done that, he would have been in its jaws. From above, safely, he looked at the monster again. Leaving his position, he prepared to land a kick. The attack was accurate. He succeeded. From a distance, the girl watched attentively, waiting for the right time to strike. Calmly, he picked up the staff from the ground. That was terrifying for her, and she hadn't expected that creature to still be alive when they arrived. But its survival ability is high. But the boy said that it wasn't just that. He had kept it alive on purpose, in case anyone arrives there that would serve as a warning, as that creature tends to scream and call its allies whenever it feels its life is in danger. The girl didn't understand and wanted to know what the boy would be alarmed. It was for himself, because he would just sit around waiting. Another figure appeared, saying he had a lot to clean up, and then after that he ended up feeling dead exhausted. The girl knew this was another explorer. The boy was very apprehensive, and she wanted to know if they knew each other. The one who had arrived said that this was Mary. These two were two would-be smugglers. Looking more closely at them, he saw the crest on the girl's clothing. In the blink of an eye, he had disappeared. Now he was on the ground in front of them, asking if they were from the Warriors. Answering a question, the girl said they were. If that's the case, he didn't even know what kind of team they were. But it's a pity, because they were going to end up dying in that place. Hearing this, the girl was terrified. The boy asked why she was paying attention to those words. That person wasn't a normal explorer, as she should have guessed. He was a villain who had come to kill him and steal Jelly. Then he said he must not have contact with his commissioner and shouldn't touch his things without authorization. But he said he only had to deal with the consequences of his actions if caught, and that so far he'd been very lucky. He had heard that his companion was smuggling a highly valuable item. The plan was to ambush him along the way, but things ended up happening differently. He failed the task of having to exterminate them. He confirmed that he had entered there, but still hadn't managed to find him. But he imagines that he must be hiding somewhere smugglers use. Hearing this, the boy
This
realized that this
intuition
was
be
why
good.
contact had been
Hold
cut
up.
off with the smuggling center, and not because of the wasp's venom. It was all the work of the guy who had just appeared, even without having started fighting. Jerry Ong could already sense the situation. That opponent would be tough. He even suggested that he could provide a painless death if they cooperated. This man was certainly ranked higher than the weirdo they encountered earlier. Jerry Ong told the girl to find the coins and run, because he would buy them some time. With the deeds of that guy, there shouldn't be too many monsters left, and she should run fast. While he was still talking to her, the weirdo had started his attack. Even though they'd been abnormally fast, his sword missed the target. Now the boy reinforced the command for her to flee and stop being stupid. For them to make money, it was necessary for her to be picked. Secretly, the weirdo got upset. Furious, she said that wasn't a wise decision. Working together until now has increased their chances of survival. But the boy wasn't thinking about that right now. The
Okay.
boy had the energy of power. In his eyes, there was only focus and determination. His staff was wielded with mastery and violence. This scared the weirdo, who realized his movements had been telegraphed. Now something was headed towards his face. It was the sole of Jerry Ong's foot, which had stomped his face furiously. The weirdo's body flew from the impact. But the boy knew that things weren't over yet. He heard the weirdo say he was surprised by what had happened. Indeed, he had underestimated them for being young, but now he used his equipment. Even though he was young, he was better than the average professional, so the weirdo would have to get more serious. Then he told him not to be scared, as it would be quick. This was Yang Goggin, a gold-class adventurer. The ground was cracked with multiple fissures. The kettle had been heated, and someone said that it wasn't bad at all. In fact, his instincts were very good. Looking at the bald man, he offered him some, but he declined. He should at least sit down and take a table while for the guy to wake up from his beauty sleep. The bald man
Okay,
was
I think
furious, because he paid a lot of money to the guy who was sleeping in the middle of the
just
job.
gonna leave that
He
alone
walked
for
around
right now
arrogantly,
because
saying
I
he
don't know
had
what
an
the fuck's
adventure.
going on.
The other man told him not to be so hard on him. He didn't lose because he was bad. He lost because he needed to. What people ignore is that adventurers don't just fight humans. That guy must have been trained in hunting and exploring, and needing to fight another person. Not being used to it, it's expected that he would lose to his son. The bald man was outraged and said that even among adventurers, he had different things. And indeed, among them, there are those who fight along with each other. The better they get, the greater the rewards, and fights become inevitable. Even companions end up giving a degree in betraying their colleagues. Hearing not very respectful on his part, neither to his opponent nor to his own life, which would end in a bleeding eye. Taking advantage of the moment, he kicked the boy in the stomach. The blow was very strong, being thrown several years. Before crashing into something, he stopped his advance by fighting his feet. As soon as he stopped, the weirdo was already on top of him once again, and delivered several slashes with his blade. Unable to block all of them, some small cuts found their way to his body.
Yeah, dude.
The weirdo was now very confident and taunted him, telling him to fight like before he was king. That was impossible. The Shadow Jacket was an S-rank armor and the weirdo was wearing it. It uses the user's blood to increase defense against physical damage as well as boost strength. That weirdo is very good. But using Berserker combat, it would be hard to find openings, but not impossible. However, if he attempted full-planned counterattack, he would die without doubt. The battle continued. The weirdo was out of control. A quick slash was made at half the height. This caused the boy to panic, and the weirdo said he fell for his feet. Even so, he had lasted a long time. However, that wasn't what he expected to see. The boy asked him if today was some special day. Taking off his
I got it
jacket,
now.
he
Jeez.
stood up and said that he really liked the weirdo's jacket. Despite everything, that guy wasn't as strong as he had imagined. He had been scared because the
Welcome
guy
in.
was so confident.
Sorry about it.
He must be immediately
Ending. Keep ending.
if the boy had a jacket like that. Hearing these words hit the weirdo's ego hard. He started screaming uncontrollably and said the boy would pay for his insolence. Jerion knew that the one
How the fuck?
his opponent had to win the fight.
I wanted that to do that. Would have did that.
The advantage was his if he kept dragging out the fight. This would make the weirdo impatient, and Jerion was well aware of that. His focus and concentration were entirely on that. The weirdo advanced furiously to finish the battle. In front of him, the boy prepared to defend himself. The clash between the weapons was powerful and made
What is this?
when he was just a little kid, he learned this just by watching. This was the second technique. A vortex of blue aura emerged
Oh, I
between
need
them.
that.
His strength wasn't enough for this, so he needed enemy strength to use it against him and inflict an attack he wouldn't be able to do on his own. The name of this technique, which he hadn't even perfected yet, is Swell, and its effect is devastating. That single blow had been extremely powerful. The explosion created by the impact was enormous. He now supported his staff on the ground. His insides were injured. The technique had taken a high toll. You had imagined you would use that before the fight had came across his mind. And to think that professional defense would be someone who only attacked
You got it?
he had never wanted to give up as his time
When I was trying to do one part of it, the motherfucking my suction sensor came out.
unexpectedly.
Oh, bro.
The boy hadn't expected that.
How in the world? How in the world, bruh? Come by you, come by you, come on by you, come by you. Big back. Wait, hold up.
Visit your local Kia dealer and look out for these stickers and take advantage of great deals. Right now, get one book never sitting car for 60 months plus 500 retail bonus cash and specially taxed 20.
Oh yeah, I did that right. I don't know why this is not acting right though. Just not acting right at all. What you doing?
I'm sorry, what? What's that? I mean, when is it? When is your movie?
I don't get why this is not showing. And it should be showing. It should be showing and it's not showing for some reason. What the what the actual Yeah, I pressed something wrong and I made a mistake and ended it. That time, that was my fault. Yeah, that was my fault that time.
Yes. I just told you, I'm still trying to fix my screen. The one I cracked, baby, the one I cracked. Yeah. Baby, the screen was cracked and the screen started acting stupid. That's why I need everybody to call and text this one.
Yeah, that was my fault. My fault, bro.
I can't hear you. Yeah, twin sides. Yeah. I ain't gonna say no more twin sides because I'm in the middle of facing that. I just want to get
Yeah, that was my fault.
I'm slowly but surely. It's just I ain't got no motherfucking tweezers on me. Like me trying to use this little ass fucking screwdriver.
We good now. My bad though. Sorry about that.
Hey, look, I'm gonna keep trying, whatever. I'm sorry, baby, what? Baby, I want you to last. You just said, something.
Yeah, we back now. We back. We back. Can you hear me? We back. We back now. I just needed a minute. I don't know why. I don't know why I was struggling so bad.
That shit not less than violating.
I was struggling. Stream finished. Stream is not finished. Stream is still up. Dismiss.
Oh, fucking God.
Ooh. Can you hear me? Scary man? Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Ooh. Can you hear me? Scary man? Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Scary man, can you hear me? Is this up? I don't think it is up. Yeah, it's up. Ooh. Hello? Can you hear me? Scary man? Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Scary man, can you hear me? Is this up? I don't think it is up. Yeah, it's up. Yeah, sorry about that. Hello? Can you hear me? Scary man? About Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Scary man, can you hear me? Still working out the bugs. Just up. You know. Yeah, sorry about that. Hello? Can you hear me? Scary man? About Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Scary man, can you hear me? Still working out the bugs. Just up. You know. Yeah, sorry about that. Hello? Can you hear me? Scary man? About Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Scary man, can you hear me? Why is he doing? Still working out the bugs. Just up. You know. Yeah, sorry about that. Hello? Can you hear me? Scary man? About Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Scary man, can you hear me? Why is he doing? Still working out the bugs. Just up. You know. Yeah, sorry about that. Hello? Can you hear me? Scary man? About Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Scary man, can you hear me? Why is he doing? Still working out the bugs. Just up. You know. Yeah, sorry about that. Hello? Can you hear me? Why you say that? About Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Scary man, can you hear me? Why is he doing? Still working out the bugs. Just up. Still waiting on GTA to download. Yeah, sorry about that. Forever. Hello? Why you say that? About Scary man, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Gary, man, can you hear me?
This wasn't the end he had expected to
I ain't even gonna lie to you, yo. This ain't.
his revenge would have to wait for another life. Maybe if he was rewarded.
Yeah, it's almost there, but it's taking forever. Almost there.
This ain't super hard, yo. But I'll probably never do this shit
Outside, the
again.
sun begins to set on the horizon. After walking for a while,
I was thinking about doing it for a living. Shit.
passed by the test. But it
Doing
seemed
it
just
for a living.
then he
Oh,
expected
yeah,
to
you see,
both had now finished their courses. On her
This shit
face
was
was a sincere
successful.
smile.
I ain't had
They
no
shook their hands,
grades.
both content
I ain't had no grades.
as they were leaving. Reminded her
I
about
ain't had no
Sierra's
grades.
payment, and to be careful in life in case she didn't receive
No, I need
it. There was
tweezers.
something she wanted to say. She wanted to know if it was okay for them to see each other again. On the ground were discarded wrappers. Caroline looked inside, interested. When Moya returned, it was torn clothes. Now they wanted to take a look inside the
That's where you messed up.
characteristic look.
You did it.
Probably insane that that book was not
Was it? You got tweezers first.
congratulating the owner of the job and saying thanks and payments.
Everybody used to
Smoking a
shit.
cigarette.
One dude out here watching that's on the frame, he do got tweezers. But everybody
He
else
wanted to know if it was
had
because of the adventurer who died while fighting. He died
I had tweezers somewhere. I don't know. Bree got me some tweezers. I don't
You gave me
know.
them back. I don't remember where I put them.
Looking at the briefcase, he asked if he could take what was left as he didn't see anything but jello. Of course, all items that were part of the objective were going to the smoke. That was the rule. He wanted to know what child it was. He could bring the dead back, but it had another use besides that. It could increase each individual's limits, boosting their potential talent. Most of which is already high. But it was one of those who hadn't reached the goal. So they wouldn't give it to someone for whom it would work. They were shooting for someone from the Warriors. Jeremy said he was leaving and Captain
Grandma said that.
He sent a message to your father to say
Somebody say that.
the boy said
Grandma, you embarrassing me.
recently he hadn't been very well. Outside, he looked at the color of the twilight sky and thought about the Warriors. He remembered what the girl had said to him. Directly, he wanted to know if she was interested in him. But she said she wasn't doing it. There was an admission exam that day. They accepted only a few people. But he had a good chance of getting it. Looking at him, she emphasized that he should try. No adventure but exploring.
That's how my grandmother be like, yo. She's like, yo,
Situation.
you act like you pushing this shit. That's what my grandmother used to say. That she used to be driving around. Yeah, what was the album? What was the album? Woo! Woo! No! Oh my God! Huh? I ain't doing that in the fucking joint. I ain't even touch it. I was like, yo, I should put this fire.
That's how dungeons are explored. The school has political factions, and you want to know if they fought against each other. Remember that simple. They wouldn't have to worry about it. In their class, there were two factions. So two of the top three
Oh, she know, yeah.
Hearing this, he wanted to know if she belonged to one or found out that she didn't. And about the situation, the teachers
She don't fuck with me,
because
yo.
it's the student's responsibility.
You don't fuck with me, yeah.
I'm sure.
She wasn't that skilled. She also knew she would be a top
She didn't fuck with you, bro.
Come on, bro. Don't add on to me trolling. By trolling me, you're
It
trolling.
wasn't explicit. Behind her back, she intentionally
No, not you, baby. I'm talking to little bro. That bald head
indicate she
nigga.
had survived alone so far, but moved him to do
Who's
so.
the little bald head?
That's why she wanted to marry Jerry. With his ability to morale
Oh.
she might have a chance to survive. Thinking
Yeah,
about
she
this,
said she
she
thought
looked
he
for
was.
medicines on the counter. Indeed, she's quite a girl. The girl sighed
Yeah.
and else didn't have it.
Yeah, she said she thought he was.
She finally arrived where she wanted and announced her presence.
Dog.
She's at the dungeon barrier and gang there, the 12th location. Meanwhile, she thought about the boy she had met. As she was leaving, he said he had listened well to what she said and wished
But that was the thing at one time. It's like, hey, I got that. What is that stupid?
That stupid pretty crazy slang was crazy. I ain't stupid pretty crazy slang. I remember when I heard that shit, I said stupid shit.
Casualties when some students said the lunar test was impossible and requested help. Those students were in the same area where she had been treated. Looking at her, we wanted to know if she had any trouble with tasks. Anxiously, she said she had. He listened without reacting to his questions, but he ordered her to stay behind him and the girl felt the monster's presence there. She turned to him and became even more frightened. Another one.
Now we found
Weird, larger. The type in that area was quite unusual. They don't
Mm.
go anywhere nearby. Maybe it had been attracted by
That was sour as a motherfucker. God damn.
Oh no, yo. Chill, Connie. We'll knock you out.
That's what people on the outside think about. A single punch from that instructor was devastating. The force was so immense that the type was executed. The fire began to rise rapidly. As soon as it reached the head, it was obliterated. The monster's lifeless body fell to the ground. These instructors, when they were younger, started the Tyrell Raiders. Even in death, the monster's head kept exploding. His prosthetic had been destroyed. He said the girl was lucky he was there, because this could have ended in a very dangerous way. Even so, he rested his hand on her shoulder. It's very good to know she's safe. Now it's time to return to a safe place. People sometimes ignore the fact that
Hold on, what?
instructors are also warriors. Back at school, they asked
Nope.
about
Don't say that.
Cancel that.
those students who were asked, he said that people were that they should be in the place, and they told him to go to the beach. Looking at her, the one-armed man told her to go in. You've confirmed that everyone was there and choose to check the numbers on the uniform.
No, it ain't.
The girl said she had told her she would be fine.
No, it ain't.
These are tactics.
You're a liar.
This fake person was Anisha, and she said she
You're a
was
liar.
in response, she said she didn't imagine she would be worried. Continuing with the cynicism, she said it wasn't for her. That was her sister saying those things. It all started 6 years ago. Zeke, Sarah, said she needed to increase her output. She should pay attention when she was exhausted. She needed to see what was happening. It was her sister showing her.
Yes, right.
My guy. Oh wait, I'm live.
But she could use magic with more mastery than pure bloods. He said her cousin was a genius. If she wanted to stay on this path, she would always remain in her shadow. And being constantly prepared should be close to being worried. He also suggested she be cautious and seem sadistic. Still cynical, he said she didn't understand. Why did no
Now
one
we
else know
talking.
with the ability she had, then she interrupted her and said that if she was curious, she should form a team with her. She said she couldn't, as they both had the same
All right,
goal,
there we go.
dealing magical damage from a distance. It didn't make sense for two people to have the same task. This is a situation that others should deal with, not her. But even so, she shouldn't worry, because she's sure there will be another test. So she said she doesn't care about the test because she already passed. Anisha says she's impressed.
We walking.
We
walking. We walking. Very good.
This brief interaction left her deeply irritated.
Let's bust a
What
move.
Anisha really wants is
Hey,
for her to stop trying. It's already nighttime and the lights are visible. The door suddenly opens. Jerome is very agitated now. The patient's guardian
Oh, you
is
talking about Hershey line?
Jerome wants to know something's going on. Unfortunately, his father has had a relapse. Doctors don't know how else to explain it. This patient has an extremely rare condition, possibly the only
No, it
person.
ain't.
There's no record
What's the name? What? What?
The milk of an extremely dangerous monster is the only thing that can relieve the pain at this stage. The flying tiger, a 5-star
Oh, okay, what's
danger
going on?
monster. He says he has money. The doctor was categorical in stating that the problem
Shut up! Shut up! You loud!
which increases strength and endurance for a long time. One of his ingredients, the milk of this beast. This was
Shut
an ingredient that
up! Oh my God!
was
You
considered
loud!
useless and of value. But things have changed, and now companies
Now we talking. It's upgrading, updating.
But the doctor said that's not the issue. The unease
I mean, that's what that's not what I'm doing, but that's kind of what I'm doing now.
the government might intervene. But since there's only one in the entire world,
Wait, what happened? What she do?
because there's
Not to me, all right.
Put you on blast?
You put me on blast, yeah. Of course, she always put me on blast.
Why she put you on
She
blast?
always put me on blast.
Why she put you on blast?
Life seems to be getting more and more complicated. He took out his phone and called someone. It was the girl he met earlier who was calling. He asked if it was too late to call, and she said it was fine. Directly, he said that he doesn't have any options left besides accepting the offer. Hearing this, she wanted to know if he had any conditions.
See these two
After
little
listening,
black
she
and
said
white
she
wires?
and that things might work out that way. He's still incredulous that she would this offer, but she said yes. It's her company that makes that motion, and since he doesn't need much, he's in a cheap one. He hadn't expected to hear that, but if that's the case, it seems they have a little bit of food. She reminded him that he needs to prepare for the admission exam. There's nothing to lose by preparing ahead of time. The next day, he goes to the company's headquarters building. She said he had arrived early. As he approached, she asked how he was feeling. He said he was fine. Jared wanted to know what they were going to do there, and she said they were going
He
to
tried to do his DS, prepare his DS. That bitch did not go well. He
Those
said,
who reached level C were basically
Baby, it's Chipotle. It's Chipotle ranch, baby.
excluding magic, you need to be at
Chipotle
least C in
ranch.
5 categories to become an explorer. To go to the warrior school, you need to be B in at least 3 of them. Jared wanted to know if they were just going to do a physical test on him. They could have children, but after puberty,
Yay!
he wanted to know what
Hallelujah!
dressed in an exotic suit.
It's finally working. Took forever, but it's finally working.
Hey, yo.
I'm about to get on here, have some fun. You know, have some coolie coolie. Oh wait, I gotta put this screen up for a minute. Hold up. Dude, got it. I believe it was. Guys, cap locks on.
It was time to begin the aptitude test. The doll's pieces start moving. It prepares to attack the person in front of it. Jaron isn't intimidated by it.
What you doing, meow?
This test usually takes place
Oh, yo, you want double with that?
and the student is used to ensure the data is collected with precision. This way, the body can be pushed to its
Meow,
limits.
motherfucker.
But it's difficult to measure whether they're truly talented, or if they've simply trained for a long time. She knows Jaron is physically gifted. It won't be easy to push him to his limit.
Okay, yeah, it was that one.
Tired by now, the other woman calls out to Sarah.
It was that one.
Really failed the admission to a specialized school because she's very curious now. So talented, he must have failed something.
Good little buddy.
Even with this difficulty, that model was used to train
Burn 15 minutes.
with a few dodges, he identified a pattern.
I ain't getting nothing
He
though.
found an opening to strike. He's simply insane with his abilities. Just with his senses, he's
Oh,
already better
that's
than
why.
the average professional. Sarah wants to know the result of the measurement.
That's why I didn't get nothing.
Because he clearly hasn't reached his limit yet. It's necessary to increase the difficulty of the test. But it doesn't make sense to increase the difficulty by just 1 or 2 levels. It needs to be pushed to full strength. She wants to know Sarah will succeed. There's no way to know his limits. She tries to think of a possibility. As she enters the room, someone says she isn't paid to do this kind of thing. She turns, startled to see who just arrived.
Back to live.
Give me 1 second, baby.
Lab can't be used without reporting the reason.
What's up, Chris?
Sarah sees her uncle. They haven't expected him to come on Sunday. He said he hopes there's a reason.
Can I get back to you on that? I'm still in the
Sarah
middle
says she's
of
solely
my phone.
responsible as it was her who requested this. Zeke wants to know if it's been there. Or if it's just an excuse to cover for her employee.
Just run it.
give me 1 second, let me call you back.
There's nothing she can do to take responsibility for herself. The rumors about the director are indeed true. He's her maternal uncle and has always been cold towards her, even though she's done nothing wrong. Over the weekend, and other adventurers with ties to the company also used this
Stop.
He was about to continue his lecture, but Jaron spoke for the interview.
Yes.
He wanted to know if there was a problem up there. Zeke wants to know who that is and if he's on her level. The employee says he's a friend of Sarah's. She explained that he had failed admission exams and lost his potential registration, which is why he was here. Since it's costly, she just wanted to help a friend and couldn't afford it. Zeke looked at the golfer, who seemed to have taken a beating, thinking about what he just saw. He said he would handle this. The employee wanted to know what he meant by that. He heard the taken out of his He's going to go down and face this for
Bruh.
himself. Jaron still doesn't know if everything's okay. It's not uncommon for people to each other, but it's difficult to find someone's limits. And in this particular case, the opponent is several levels above the one taking the test. Zeke
Alright.
skip the introduction. Because he doesn't have much time to spare, Jaron
Then let's
wanted to
get it.
realize
Let's
that guy
get
is
it.
definitely not
Another
He has
fucker.
no idea who you are, but he senses immediately on
I'll give you a call later. Can I give you a call later?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Nothing wrong, you know, it's not done yet, no.
Alright, we look like we in business.
Listen, I don't know, but yeah.
Zeke stood still without contact. Despite appearances, Zeke is the
Okay,
second strongest ranker in
alright, that's fine.
right class in adventure.
Alright.
Jaron couldn't identify a single opening. But he
Okay, alright, I got you.
to create the opportunity. His combat strategy is
What the
simple.
fuck?
As soon as his opponent dodges,
Why is there two windows?
Single attack from behind. To do that, he'll use the opening created by the dodge. His staff was blocked with a single hand.
It was not two windows a minute ago.
Zeke is really strong. Zeke remarked that this kid is even more reckless.
Oh,
than the initial
why
reaction. When Jaron
did it do
fired,
that?
Zeke struck him with a single kick. Jaron felt the impact, which was brutal. His body was hurled toward the wall. However, he can't understand one thing. Whether
What the
attack
actual
because he
hell?
knew it was a simulation or if he actually thought it would work. It doesn't matter what the answer is. The choice is foolish in both cases. With his foot, Zeke kicked the staff back into his hands. Even though Jaron is still conscious, he had lost the only weapon he had. This made
Game
Jaron
capture.
more alert and
Yeah,
made sense.
there we
Then
go.
Zeke returned the staff to him.
That's what I
So far,
wanted.
Zeke had been lenient with his foolish choices.
Man, did I sound like that? I thought you was still on the line.
Display capture. Oh,
He
hold
spread his
up.
feet, assuming an offensive stance. Jaron doesn't know exactly why, but he senses that Zeke holds some kind of grudge against him. And will take it personally. He moved forward again to attack. Zeke assumed that since the approach was
Okay,
so
hold
much
up.
previous,
Yeah.
he would follow the same path. However, Jaron planted one of his feet firmly on the ground. That made Zeke extremely alert. Before him, two attacks were coming his way. A ranged attack to catch him off guard afterward. Still not enough. Jaron said that this guy probably wasn't
Okay.
which is good, because he had just begun. His staff was now right following. He prepared to execute a powerful attack. Zeke still didn't know what to expect from the boy. Once again, a series of attacks came his way. Exhaling some of his aura, Zeke said it wasn't bad at all. He clenched his fists. Poised, he managed to defend against all the incoming attacks. From above,
Oh my
he
God.
observed the fight, thinking it looked like a
Why
battle
is it-
between two
No, no, no,
professionals.
no, no, no,
Given the
don't.
technical level of the fight, it's hard to believe that this boy
Lola,
had
give me one
accepted
second.
techniques from yet. To be honest,
Why is it
like
doing
he's
this?
Give me 1 second, nigga. I just dropped the screw, baby. It's gonna make me.
In that same aspect, she said, Sarah was far superior.
Oh my God, Sugar,
Sarah
move.
that could be. Because
Sugar,
Sarah was
move.
Now she's curious to know what's wrong with her. They're all merely a that punch really hit his unprotected face. The employees started
Oh my
to
God.
Jaron had lost any advantage and was being struck repeatedly. He was in agony, unable to react quickly enough to block the attacks.
You know
But he
what?
mustered all his
Chop that
determination to
one
fight
up
back.
to
He swung
game.
his staff in a way that pushed his opponent back. Zeke commented that
Baby,
Jaron
we was probably on grill, but I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't even know if I want to grill
Zeke's
anymore.
face sunk into the boy's abdomen. Once again,
I
Jaron
don't know, baby. I'm trying
The
to.
director
Yeah, I'm kind of over the day.
She knows
I'm not saying I'm over the day like
Sarah
something
watches the fight closely.
dramatic
Zeke
happened,
tells
but
Jaron not to dwell on defeat as it would happen.
ah man,
But his journey to accepting
Who the fuck
defeat
is that?
is
Screw
pivotal.
them.
Jaron lacks basic training. This is the same
but I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll find some hamburgers and hot dogs on there and keep that shit moving.
It's as if he's never trained in his life. Cheater feels disappointed, thinking that if he had been trained in
Yes,
the
baby,
basics,
if I do grill, I will
potential
let you
would have been
know.
immense. Sarah remembered that Jaron had told her he had never been taught by anyone.
What'd you
Zeke said
say?
he had seen many people like him. Even though they're talented, they don't dare
Baby,
to
you can still come up here, baby.
or you possess. But Sarah knows that's not the case with him. Zeke gave him some credit for that. However, he strongly suggested that Jaron someone as weak as him could end up dead if he relies only on talent. Standing up, Jaron said that Zeke has no idea about something. He's been talking so much nonsense, it's like he hates it for thinking he's lazy. Zeke was surprised because
Okay,
he
what is going on?
Strike to end the fight. Jaron said he
Yes,
doesn't care
here
about
we go.
results, he wants to go for one more round. Because
What the
now
fuck?
he'll show him the result of his hard work. The employee asked what was going on. She found it amusing that they wanted to continue fighting. They already had enough data to calculate his potential. Even Sarah tried to intervene, saying it wasn't necessary to keep going. He could stop now.
What the fuck? Why did it
Zeke says that
just
he doesn't know
do
what he
that?
wants to do.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
So it will always be the same. He even thinks that the only wants words of affirmation from him.
That was so
To be
funny.
fair, that's not quite what he's seeking. Jaron is really irritated, and all he wants right now is to beat up this arrogant elf. With no one to teach him, he had to learn everything from scratch in his own way. He really has a natural talent.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Besides, he has vast field experience. That made him capable of doing whatever he wanted.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You good?
But it never crossed his mind that he was better than the others. In fact, he was often disappointed by the flaws.
Can I talk to her real quick? I got to ask her a
That
question.
elf over there is different from everyone else. Zeke now wants to aim so hard, loyally,
Hey.
anger. He's a monster beyond Jaron's reach. Seeing all being
Yeah, I got a computer. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I got a computer. I was trying to talk to you before you left out, but you left out, and I was like, oh shit.
watching the scene, the employee
Yeah, I got a computer.
doesn't really like directors like that too. Sarah noticed that his base is
Yes, sir. I got a computer.
Oh,
more aggressive.
damn, baby.
Now they are two completely
You might as well hang this phone up right now, baby. I'm so sorry.
Computer.
He initiated his attack against Jaron.
Computer.
Oh, damn, bitch. Hey,
Computer.
so you telling me she had a penis?
Can you hear me? Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, damn. Hey, look, baby.
Yes,
Look,
I
it
got a
was
computer.
good while I lasted. I liked that 8 months of illusion that you created for me. I'm gonna holler at you later.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. What just happened?
I just hung up for jokes.
Everything that man did, he
Oh.
imitated as best as he could. Tired of dodging, Zeke catches the staff with his hands and begins his counterattack, which the boy defends.
I'm trying to get
Now he's
on.
facing the strongest opponent he's ever encountered. Zeke definitely wants to
Analyze
get
the
that
game
man
data.
found the little
Yes,
child's
sir.
dedication interesting. This time, Zeke lands a hit. He looks somewhat intrigued by that
Hello?
tiny being. Zeke missed Gerald.
She told me you was a man. I told you when I
The
found
little boy seemed quite interested in it. Now he wheels.
I told you when I found out you was a man.
Yo!
Didn't I?
Gerald is
Yo, you stupid, bro.
The man just patted his little head and looked at him full of admiration. That attack would have been
I'm gonna ask
devastating.
your mom.
Zeke had to jump.
Bruh.
As he lands, there will be
Her sister said she was a man?
Yeah, but I ain't
Bruh.
I can tell Kyle controlling this. She's like this. She was
Since he can't dodge, he goes straight for the board.
Bruh.
like she ain't show me that baby picture of her being baby, sweet baby.
If he hadn't used this bizarre staff technique, he would certainly have
Sweet
won.
baby, we ain't had no
Zeke wants to know if this is a display of pride on his part.
Sweet baby B didn't have no penis. It's crazy.
He simply only knew that much. That's all he had memorized. In the end, he just ended up taking an even worse beating. Even so, that wasn't bad at all. Zeke is not very well among his peers because he's annoying. But no one can complain about his actions because his skills are truly powerful.
Not it crashing.
Hand over Gerald's face. He prepares to do something. The aura begins to gently increase.
So I probably won't be able to do it now, right now, then.
The boy will be fine. He just healed his wounds. He just wanted to confirm with her if the boy's name is Eugero.
Damn, we probably won't be able to do it right now. Because the server's gonna just keep crashing, probably.
Zeke is the greatest healer in Korea. The sun finally starts to set. Someone tells Zeke
I don't think I can handle it. Yeah.
to send a message. You gotta at least have coffee and relax.
Yeah.
And every time they're late, people always think
CPU driver
But Zeke says something happened,
is not
and it took longer than expected.
full of.
The young man says he heard that Zeke was dueling with a boy, but given the delay, he thinks it must have been several. As soon as he looks at him closely, he's surprised. There's a small mark on his cheek. Looking more closely, his surprise grows, piquing Zeke's curiosity. He wants to confirm that thing on his cheek is really cut.
Hey, what's up? Nah, hey. Nah, I heard you coming up. I heard keys jiggling. Jingling.
He must be 16, but Zeke says he's 17. It seems he'll try to enter the warrior school with a military mission. Indeed, it exists.
Oh, man.
For sure.
That sucks.
Cutting Zeke's cheek is not something easy.
Well, bro,
You know what?
bro got some terrifying.
Zeke says comparing
You know what?
is disproportionate.
Let's try the other one.
Gang says it must be a difference. He's ranked 19th at work.
Is this it?
Leader of the Knicks at times.
No, that's not it.
Using as the upper hand.
No, that's not it.
Experience. He's only 20, graduated from school.
Hold up.
Zeke just
Let's try the other one.
He said he hadn't
The other
seen
one.
that hard yet. And the young man said he barely spent his life. Forget what else for some sort of project. Jerry named Lion. After some time,
Looks like I won't be able to play GTA on here. That's crazy work. He's on something.
Jerry wants to know if they're related. And indeed they are. He's faced with this silence, she becomes curious. She says everything's fine. He said they seem to have a good relationship, which is noticeable in the way he treats her. But she didn't understand where he got that conclusion from. And Jerry says just as he said. You can feel his concern that a stranger might be taking
Oh, okay. What is that? What the fuck is going on?
But she says her uncle isn't really that kind of person. In fact, he's very strict. A staff member enters the room. She asks if he feels anything, and he responds.
Let's see if this runs. Cause I don't know. It might not.
It might not seem like it, but the
Damn, definitely not that. That sucks. I'm gonna have to upgrade the graphic card.
format isn't his primary role. Jerry smiles as he realizes this. In any case, it's a relief that he's okay.
And she wants to sleep. Oh, she's up a little more.
And in the tablet, she showed the information. Very good sincerity, stamina, and looking at the tablet, he wants to know. She shoves his frustration, shut up. The staff member wonders if he's really ready to join the school. To be a high-level explorer, you need to have at least some. However, it's necessary to have that. The only point of being too agile is you lack stamina. Even if you're very strong, all that strength is useless without agility. She says that even though
Let me check my phone. I'm ready. I'm flat in the middle of the fucking street.
strength, stamina, and agility is something that one person in 10,000 possesses. If there be, it's 1/2,000,000, and that alone places him among
Who we
the
playing?
best explorers. You not only
GTRP.
Huh?
GTRP.
Beat.
GTR.
Oh, okay.
That GTR. I can't get it out. God damn.
Like BTR.
GTR. GTRP. My bad.
Even with good stats, the real difference comes from training. And that's not the only variable. There's also what can be measured like fighting sword and field experience. It may seem a bit cruel at first, but she has seen many explorers who have filled the gaps with sheer determination. Sarah blushed because she knew the woman was talking about her. After hearing all that information from the story he had heard, in fact, he's not disappointed in anything like that. He just doesn't quite understand it. If there's someone he knows and compared to that person, he's far behind. The staff member was surprised that he knew something like that. That's not common at all. Unless you're looking at it as a person, he kind of is more or less. Sarah says they're done for the day, and they can meet again next week. But since they were there, a staff member suggested
Who you talking about?
the production section. However, Sarah was unfolded by the city upset with the decision.
When I turned and they hear it, like, basically talking on the stuff like paper all the time.
His words were that as soon as the boy woke up, he should be taken to where the equipment is made, and to tell everyone that the boy is his guest, even to the point of making a weapon that he
No licky licky.
no matter the cost. Sarah would not believe it. Quality equipment is the dream of any adventurer, even if he's extremely talented. If the equipment is of low quality, it will
There we go.
power. As the skills are perfected, now the explorer needs better equipment. Faced with that, Jaron can't understand the situation. He doesn't know if he needs equipment now since he's been going to school. Sarah says it's not what he thinks. The boy assumes that at school, they'll receive equipment from the students. Hearing this, they don't even know what to say. Sarah knows it's all right. No one in that education is assumptions. Each school has its own rules about equipment. Jaron imagined that this is exactly what since they have those resources. Jung says it's not about resources, but that the school has different ideals. There's a difference between talent and skill, and obtaining good equipment is a skill in itself. That's why the school requires students to bring their own equipment. Having this only benefits those who have resources, and he has them to be rich as a skill. He's not wrong about that, but it's possible for students to have good equipment even if they don't have any money. Entering this school implies that the student has the potential to be a great explorer, with the potential to become a star. That alone can be used as an advantage because there are people willing to invest in that. Students could may attract the interest of various companies that seek business opportunities. The offers are incredible since all of them are very large companies. She herself received a scholarship from the Jinseok Group and a guaranteed job until she wanted to retire. Without showing surprise upon hearing this, she finishes by saying that these are the doors that open to the school, but won't be lacking for opportunities for him to prove himself and his peers. However, the first step for him is to pass the test. The transfer exam is the mission of he needs to prepare obtaining equipment is one of the things that need to be done. That's why the director wanted to help her with that. Since she's already passed the details along, he just needs to go through the fire in the basement. She wished him luck and hoped he could get admitted to a school.
Don't let these dust get the potato skins.
Sarah wants to know how. He says she didn't imagine her own help. The more he hears about the test, the more it seems like people will do anything to pass.
Damn, where the fuck is that?
And she's using her own money to do it. Every time she sees that expression on his face, she gets extremely irritated. Even so, it was good to hear that. No matter how much money someone has, it's also important to know who's going to make the equipment. And the equipment production sector of this company is one of the best in the world. Arriving at the figure, she said there shouldn't be much difference between one piece of equipment and another. But what he's seeing makes him think differently. The forge is simply immense. They can use a dungeon, but look at this. Sarah wants to know what makes him do this. It's not a place where he can simply ask for something to do. A chill runs down his spine as he stands there. The massive figure
Did I go back? I ain't seen that shit either. That's why we play.
Jerry asks if this is a monster. Sarah says it's not. Actually, it's a production region. And truly, it is a potential in ancient Titan called Argus, from a human perspective. He's a monster, but he obtained naturalization in Korea for a special right. Lighting his cigar, he asks who the humans he talked about is. He wants to know if it's this little boy from or if it's the elf's niece, but she says that the information has already been passed on to him.
figured.
Challenges like that. Immediately,
No, I said he is.
Warren was already engaging in attack. The staff is moving past Sarah watches the beginning of the fight. The cigar falls to the ground after the attack. To Argus that is simply without having suffered any damage. That reaction of Jerry on confused.
Oh shit.
Indeed, there are many monsters he can take down in just one blow. But the feeling he had when he struck his foes like him was huge. It's not just about strength. It was like hitting an inanimate object. Intrigued with the same kind of monsters just hit. And there's another reason Sarah is so worried and stressed. Monsters are given danger classifications and designated by stars. One star is that can't be killed and monsters in this range are being about a person. With 2 stars, the difficulty rises considerably. They can be defeated by trained people with firearms. Things get much harder with 3 stars. They can only be defeated by armed troops with heavy equipment. With 4 stars, the situation becomes catastrophic. Ground troops focus on evacuating civilians and minimizing casualties. After the evacuation, they are destroyed with artillery and bombs. That's the limit of military action. Anything above 5 stars is beyond modern military capability. Even if they defeat such a monster, it will be at the cost of massive firepower and nearly irreparable destruction. To reduce the damage, elite squads and domestic screamers are sent to deal with these monsters. Argus is a 7-star monster, and once again, he asks a question. He wants to know when a boy out that way. Jerry wants to know and hurt him more than he should have. He doesn't understand why there are so many questions. Argus says it's because they think very carefully about the answers they give, because of the senior and staff. Hearing that, Jerry was surprised. Now irritated, Argus said he would ask him. He wants to know why this weapon is in Jerry's hands and how they can person.
I really want some. I really want string greens with string greens with some collard greens. No, I'm with collard greens would not be touched until Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm not making no turkey unless you don't come in over.
What'd you say?
You think you are turkey?
Bruh. Not you said that. Shucks. How did I do this last time?
The outcome is different if they are not directly opposed. By precisely calculating the angle and position, even though winning was a possibility, it's possible to redirect the resulting force. Sarah can't believe he managed to dodge an attack with a 7-star. The Titan waits for the next move. His only chance now is to use the needle to strike the monsters in single eye. However, before he can even get close, he's caught by the giant across the hand, which now pulls him closer to his face. He's firmly trapped and can't move. Sarah pleads for him to stop, saying the boy may seem suspicious, but she says he still doesn't have the right to attack a human and should be aware of the consequences. Except in dangerous situations, naturalized species cannot attack humans.
It should be in drivers. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Releasing the boy
It's in drivers. It should
he
be.
understands that clearly, despite everything. He finally realized why the boy had the weapon. That's why Zeke woke him for his weekend nap. Faced with that, he apologized and said the boy has every right to carry that weapon, and that he'll make sure to pay him back for his mistake. Then he noticed something with his single eye. It's been 30 years since he was last hurt by an attack. Sarah doesn't know what he's talking about because she didn't understand
Drivers.
He asks if they know why he works for humans now. She thinks it's because he was
With
hunted
the
by
actual
Tax Squad 30 years ago,
50.
but he says that's not it. He's surprised that's the story humans tell, as they weren't even able to touch him. The one who hunted him was a man who did it alone. He was the one who broke his hand and had the chance to take his life, but chose not to. As he says this, the boy is watching him. Likewise, he looks back at the boy. Argus has always been an incredibly powerful monster. He was ready to fight against that hunter. In his hands was a battle axe. It was the boy's father who hunted him. The ancient titans are the strongest among the giants. They have an unknown life expectancy, and fewer than 10 of them are
It's in drivers. What the fuck? Yo.
comprehension, but they are widely known for their skill at forging equipment, which has special powers.
It's in drivers.
Closest to this are dwarves. Unlike the titans, the dwarves chose to coexist with humans. The titans, besides not opting for that, saw humans as unworthy. Something happened 30 years ago during Argus subjugation. At the door of his forge was an automaton colossus, a 4-star monster. It wants to know if the communication channel at the base is still down. All magical communication is cut off, and must be something to signal. Terrified, someone says he's coming, and we should prepare for impact. The colossus attacks the invaders, without any mercy. The shield bearer tries to hold back the blow with his strength. Behind the automaton, the girl prepares to deliver her attack. She needs to seize this opening before it's too late. Her strike is precise, but it's deflected by the helmet. That wasn't the result she was looking for.
I want
Her
to do that
sword
with
was
the.
deflected.
Oh, yo.
Faced with that, the automaton prepares to retaliate. Then it hits her with its shield.
Copy.
She flies several meters before crashing into the walls of glass. Everything was completely beyond what they had imagined. Gambit's attack squad was among the best in dungeon subjugation.
So it runs GTA, it just don't run.
They were completely obliterated.
Yo.
Seven colossi in total. Even if they defeat one, another appears right after. If the other team performs the same way they did, it will be the end. The shield bearer ordered his companions to flee, because he knows it's going to be difficult for all of them to leave this place alive. As he speaks, the automaton strikes again with its sword. But the young man reacts quickly with his shield. He managed to defend himself. His ability allows him to consume energy to enhance all his physical attributes. After activation, the user is incapacitated for a while. With the sword parried on the shield, he used another ability, push. This caused the automaton to lose its balance. The young man knows that if his leader uses that ability now, he will be in serious trouble. But he had already said he wouldn't only get out alive,
What?
but have the strength to defeat that monster. However, it's enough to buy them some time. Being optimistic, he might end up getting lucky
Crazy, it's not
with his
working.
chance. But then they quickly feel an overwhelming presence. Argus asks what is happening in his forge. At that moment, they realize they were doomed. Argus wants to know if there are still cockroaches the automatons haven't managed to kill. Just being in his presence, they feel intense terror. The leader was emphatic and shouted for them to flee immediately. With the little strength he had left, he charged toward Argus. All he wanted was to buy a little more time. But he was swept away in a single blow from the Titan, who incinerated him completely. There was nothing he could do. Argus was certain they were inferior to him. Both their bodies and the equipment they carried were trash. Ruled by inferior beings, this world was doomed to ruin. Intrigued, he looks at the one standing before him. The mage wields his staff trembling. It's slightly exciting to observe that, even with fear, he's still loyal. Though in the end, it doesn't mean anything. But the boy knows he will be able to deal with a monster that even the leader couldn't handle. Then, a man appears saying he had already told them the place wasn't safe. If they had gathered information little by little, they would have prepared better. There's no advantage in clearing a dungeon just for the sake of it. The boy doesn't even know who this person is. The association received the distress call. He was one of the volunteers from the rescue team. He even had armor, but it was heavier than he expected.
I don't get what's going
Indeed,
on.
he was the only one who managed to get there. The automaton prepares to attack.
Is that it? Is that probably why?
Through the forge's corridors. The boy is utterly terrified, and the man says they're quite strong. At that time,
Is
Sion
that
was
probably why?
He was basically a nobody. He managed to climb the monster's arm without difficulty, and first-generation explorers knew of him. His focus wasn't fate, but rather rescue was in trouble. However, that day was one of everything. Sion prepares to finish off the automaton. With a single strike,
Sugar.
Sugar. What's Saxon Sugar?
Yeah.
display of power caught Argus' attention. Looking at him, Sion imagines this one might be a bit harder, and that day, the world learned who that man was. The aura of the strike was enough to change the dungeon's lighting. The mage can't believe that was done. The entire team was struggling to handle the Colossus, and that person took it down in a single move. Sion asked the mage if he still had any mana left. He said he didn't have much, but it was enough to give him a blessing. Sion said he didn't need that, but asked if he knew any levitation enchantments.
It's supposed
He
to
did.
store.
He should use it to take the other two out of there. Even though they're badly injured, they're still breathing. Argus felt arrogant. It's almost as if he really believes he can leave there alive. Sion says he won't let Argus that deeply angered the Titan. Without wasting any more time, he attacked the man with all his might. However, Sion reacted skillfully. The aura he emitted was devastating. The impact of their blades echoed through the dungeon. As they left, the mage looked back in fear 10 years after the admission. The adventurers had reached the limit.
That's probably what I gotta do.
The technology of the equipment
Hold
also
up.
advanced and were adapting to the new needs. But unlike the progress in status and equipment, there was still much lacking in execution and experience. The solution was human development, a martial art that defies common logic. At that time, few saw it as a solution, and they began to develop and research techniques. Argus had been struck, but his armor protected him from the first impact. Sion continued and delivered another blow.
Yeah, but-
He was one of those people who perfected that martial art.
What'd you
The
say?
mage looked happy, thinking the monster had been
You
defeated.
call me back?
But soon, his expression changed again. Argus says that guy is different because he knows how to use what he has in his hands well. If the weapon he wielded could withstand even half the strength he possesses, the result would have been different. The edge of the blade had melted from the strike. He still couldn't afford the best equipment, and it wasn't the first time this had happened with an axe. But he looked back to see those he had come to rescue. He was relieved to see they were almost out of the dungeon. Now he needed to defend himself against the hostile monster. His flaming sword was blocked by
There
the
we
axe's
go.
handle. Argus Argus commented that his defense and dodging skills were among the best he'd seen in humans. However, the axe Sion wielded was worse than anything he had ever seen. Even though he could defend, the axe couldn't handle much more. Preparing to attack once again, Argus said that now would be the end. But that's not what Sion wanted. The blades clashed once more with devastating force. Instead of having his attack redirected, Sion blocked it with full force. This was the origin of the technique Geryon would eventually learn, a skill that uses the opponent's strength against themselves. But in terms of user strength, experience, and execution ability, his father performed it on a completely different level. It was strong enough to force the Titan to step
Why
back.
isn't it
This was the martial art of the
doing what I
hero.
wanted?
Argus was sure the story must be well known among humans. The hero finally defeats the monster, that day after being struck by the boy's father. The monster inside Argus died. When he lost, the life he had was no longer his, but Sion's, who chose not to kill her. What the attack squad couldn't accomplish was completed by a single man from the rescue team. A ridiculous ending to an epic story, but the most important part of it begins after that. Ancient Titans, even when defeated, never bow to those they considered inferior. Still, Argus accepted being exiled by humans. Sarah remembers this because it was a major event and the whole world was shocked. Eventually, he gained citizenship, and the fact that he hadn't killed anyone helped a lot. But it doesn't change the fact that he committed crimes and to atone for them, he was given the task of forging equipment. However, this story is completely different from what she had learned. Argus said that the staff the young man carried was made as a gift for his father. Even though his father never asked for it, Argus thought he deserved to carry something like that. He always knew it was very solid, but didn't think it had anything special, which is why it wasn't pawned, as they thought it was useless. In fact, he's not wrong, it's only good for him.
Something like that. Last time. I could play the other one, I don't think. I think I could play this one, but the other one. Yo.
But one day he lost contact with him, and since he couldn't leave the dungeon, he decided to send what he had already made to the boy's father. Even though he can't say for sure, he imagines he won't be able to complete that weapon. But that's not entirely bad, so he asked for the incomplete weapon.
Okay.
Because now he will finish what he started, his masterpiece not for
That shit for Blade.
While the Titan works, the returns the floors. Sarah looks at him a bit curious about what she had heard. She wants to know
Why did you just laugh?
despite everything he's fine, and he felt that the Titan wanted to make sure everything was okay. He doesn't know how long it will take, but he's committed to finishing as quickly as possible. He advised waiting as masterpieces take time to complete. Since Wednesday is a holiday, she wants to know if he'll have time available. She thought about helping him study on the test, and he thought that would be productive as well. While they were still walking, there was something else she wanted to say. His father must have been an incredible person.
Okay, so this is all good.
She asked if he's
That is good.
He said he'll go ahead and rest. If anything comes up, just talk to him
This
later.
is
But she
good.
didn't get
I
a
just
response to
need-
the comment she made. Already in the car, she made her way back home. Consulting the internet, she confirms that the story's narrative isn't true. That's what she had learned, but now she's thinking about Argus' words. The team that cleared the dungeon is considered heroic today, all at the cost of another adventurer's deeds. There's no reason for Argus to lie.
Do, 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 do.
Gerion's abilities
I can't believe I can't play that shit.
his father was someone exceptional.
At least it's
Not
on
to
here.
mention, it's hard to know what really
I got it
happens
working
inside
for the most
dungeons.
part.
It often occurs, but the story told is different from the facts. Sion is known as the false dragon slayer. He was once considered one of Korea's greatest. It was later revealed that everything was just blackmail and false statistics, which he confessed after being injured. There's even an article about the event online debunking his achievements. This left her uncertain about what she had heard. She was reading. The result of the practical test was not available. Inside the school, the department responsible for dungeons and staff the first day. Professor Cho apologized to the parents for the rest of the weekend because of her. But it's only her first year, and it's important for her to observe the first-year students. She says things are pretty intense there, not only as a teacher, but freshmen are much more talented.
You know, this is close for now.
Now she wants to know if he expected the top students to be that particular one. Indeed.
I'm gonna.
Kang says that's not an easy result to predict. Sarah can't believe the exam results, as there are many geniuses alongside her. Coincidentally, all of them are hybrids. The first is Dia Choi. He inherited swordsmanship talent from his father, a white class explorer combined with the magical talent of his elf mother. He is the perfect magic swordsman. In second place is Anna Shell. She has more mana and magical control than many pure elves, with the potential to become a great mage. Lastly, the boy, the son of a human and a dwarf. He possesses the strength and resilience of dwarves, combined with the flexibility and reflexes of a human, the best of both worlds. This is Turnbuckison, considered to have the best physique on the planet. He's a student at the school. Even so, he must be just as capable as the other two. The top spot should have gone to one of them, although it's hard to believe she achieved all this on her own. Perhaps the physical aspect alone gave her more points. Physicality isn't the only thing that counts. That's why she hopes he will do more, as he has the potential to become a great leader. year. But from what it seems, he has no interest in connecting with other students. In fact, the students are hesitant to approach him. However, there are limits to how far one can go alone. In the second year, he will soon realize that. Kang says that's not a problem she should worry about. Sometimes things happen without us noticing and details can go unnoticed. He knows she cares about all the students, but if she believes in him more than she worries, he'll find a way to resolve things. Since then, 4 days have passed and the holidays arrived. A group of boys is gossiping about what the girl had done, but one of them ends up bumping into a huge person. He turns around to confront this person. He wasn't expecting to come face to face with a figure chiseled like a bodybuilder, mean and ripped, practically spitting sand from his mouth. The champion of the Arnold Classic begins to speak, and he apologizes to them, saying he was distracted and didn't see them on the way. The boys are still terrified and apologize even more, intimidated by the man's imposing physique. After the interaction ends, he notices his shirt is dirty. All he can think about is how unlucky he is. The truth is, he misses his mother a lot. Steph Cuban went to Europe, but she was a successful hunter in Korea. She used to tell her son many stories about her time as an explorer, which fostered his admiration for Korea and its culture. Thanks to the opportunity and his natural talent, he entered the warrior school through a special transfer test. Unfortunately, he is an extremely introverted boy. He does want to interact with his peers, but he fears being ridiculed because he doesn't speak the language well. He hates this aspect of his personality. Seeing that he's uncomfortable, his classmates apologize for talking so loudly, but neither do they know that the giant is introverted, nor does he imagine that, in fact, they fear him. Without intending to, he's become a lone wolf. Looking to the side, he sees two boys chatting about trivial things. They are heading to a PC bank in a cafe. He remembered his mother saying she needs to visit those places to play games. Inside the establishment, there aren't many people. He doesn't even know what to do when nearby someone is talking on the phone. At a self-service screen, he tries to log in, but just being there makes him anxious. He imagines that he's holding up the line and should probably leave since he's alone. A young man mentioned that he probably doesn't have an account. That terminal is for people who already do, and should head to another one. He asked him to follow him as he would show him how it's done. He didn't need to fill out everything, just the essential fields. Once the registration was complete, all he had to do was pay at another machine, and then choose which computer to use. The giant thanked him and Jerryong said it was nothing. Jerryong looked at the guy and wondered if he might be a foreigner unfamiliar with this place. However, he just wanted Sarah to arrive soon since she was running late. If he'd known, he would have come later or stopped by the black market beforehand. He had received a small black object, unsure what it was. It had been in the chest with the giant, and he wanted to know what it could be. It was smooth to the touch, but it probably wasn't something edible. Since he didn't know what it was yet, he decided to keep it stored for now. If he needed money, it'd be better to sell the other item, which contained Enkyo's blood, one of the three great disasters of the Igor Forest. In recent decades, even though many attack teams had tried, no one had been able to subdue the beast. All they had managed to obtain were a few scales, and an insignificant amount of the creature's blood. The government had banned its hunting, and items made with its materials were worth a fortune. He was supposed to meet Sarah for lunch and then head to the black market in the evening, but her delay had messed up his plans. The foreigner said there were no other seats available and sat down next to the person who had helped him. Then he told Jerryong he could sit down as he wasn't waiting for anybody. Sitting down, Jerryong logged into the machine. There wasn't any special game, and the computer in his home was much better than the one.
She sound like she lit.
Something on the screen next to him. He asked her
She lit, bro.
chaos and confirmed it. They were at similar levels. Since the people he usually played with were online, he invited Jerryong to team up. They could do ranked matches. In Seoul, there are a few desolate and abandoned areas called scars. During the invasion, entire cities were lost. Some had been reclaimed over time, but others, too close to dungeons, were abandoned. These areas now serve a purpose as a second line of defense for human refugees. But in the last 20 years, nothing like that had ever happened. There have been no cases of monsters leaving the homeless voluntarily. There's unit transportation service for them. One guard hates having to do this job, while his friends make money hunting and stuff being a monster chauffeur. Jolina says that if he hates it so much, he should quit to go back to the field. She was a gold class explorer, retired after the She wants to know what he's doing there then. So Chang Wu was a bronze class adventurer. In conversation, he mentioned that the reason he's there is to make money since he doesn't really join any teams anymore. Hearing this hurt his ego. While driving, something unexpected happened. They had to stop the truck. There's no way the monster escaped. Stepping out, she told her colleague to inform the station that they stopped to inspect the vehicle. Outside, she prepared to do her job. Inside the cab, he was already relaying the information. He was scared something might happen, but his colleague was very skilled, so she should be fine. Soon, he heard the door open. He was ready to tell her she had done a great job, but a different woman was there and said that wasn't much of an accomplishment. Her reflexes were decent for a government employee, but there must be a reason why she's not out in the field. She glanced at the names of the people behind them. Looking at the driver, she asked why he was still standing there. He should be driving if he didn't want to die soon. Meanwhile, the gaming session between Jerryong and the foreigner was great. their food order arrived at the perfect time. Jerry didn't expect them to be the same age. Not that he looked older, but he was much taller and stronger. So he asked which school he went to, but there wasn't time to answer. Suddenly, they felt something had happened. The ground shook and people thought it might be a tornado. It almost seemed like something had exploded nearby. This sparked a debate, and soon they began speculating about what it could have been. The truck had crashed, perhaps the driver was drunk. One guy starts filming while the other suggests they should notify the authorities right away. From the top of the building, a girl comments that it would have been better if the truck had crashed closer to the center. Soon the place will be swarming with explorers, but she's confident she'll escape in time. However, her superiors are already ordering her return. Monsters begin fleeing from the truck because she had woken them all up. The people who had gathered out of curiosity were already regretting it. Foreign horrors, the more numerous they are, the more dangerous they become. Looking down, she estimates there are about 50 people down there, but she'll stay to watch the result. Maybe at least 100 people would die before help arrived. One curious person was grabbed by the head. He was brutally killed, while another was paralyzed by fear. The monsters are in a frenzy, and their potential victims for them. Then a bluish glow appears among them. Gerald had arrived to take down the creatures. He drove his foot into the face of the first one. Seeing what had just happened, the onlookers were stunned. The monster had been easily subdued. Gerald was focused and determined not to let the beasts attack innocent people. He didn't look back at the crowd, asking what they were still doing there. He ordered them to run immediately. He had dealt with this type of monster before. The ones with a single horn should be that hard to handle. As he thought this, he had to instantly focus again. A motorcycle was coming straight toward him. He barely
Damn, that's crazy. I can't launch. But I can launch this. I can't launch the other thing. That's crazy, bro.
However, the result wasn't what he expected. Jerry had a setback. The lifespan of these monsters is between 5 and 6 years. Most of them die before they have a chance to grow a second horn. But some manage to about 8% of the total. They live longer and they produce. Not only is their strength increased, but it's beyond anything considered normal. Even though it's strong and fast, it's nothing he can overcome if he needs to kill his beast. With his foot aching, he knows the biggest problem is their durability. Compared to the idiot who said he was a tank, these guys are at least 3 or 4 times tougher. If only he had one of the pieces of equipment he uses for work. The beast prepares to attack the boy once again. However, Jaron dodges the blow, witnessing the destruction caused by it. At a distance, he regains his position to continue the fight. The beast doesn't seem satisfied with the destruction it's already caused, so Jaron starts scanning his surroundings. On the ground, there's a broken stop sign. Thinking quickly, he stomps on the sign, crushing it. That way, he manages to extract the sign's pole, which is similar to a staff. The monster charges at him again, furious. Emanating his aura, Jaron braces for impact and alarm. He tightens his grip and focus. The beast stops harder than expected. This gave him a time more resources to shine over Jaron's head. That wasn't what he had anticipated. Now the beast is close to where several innocent people are gathered. They are completely terrified, unable to do anything to protect themselves. The beast charges at them, ready to make a snack out of them. The difference in danger between two
Even if I had you, you would probably motivate me to show like you like, yeah, baby, let's go. I really don't want to go down.
Normal people have no choice but to be killed by these beasts. Even an experienced adventurer without proper equipment might struggle. However, there's one exception to this situation. The foreigner managed to catch the beast's punch with his bare hand. He's definitely determined to fight. With a single blow, he pushed the beast away. This is the exception. Those who have trained their superhuman bodies to the limit become monsters themselves. The beast digs its claws into the ground to prevent being pushed further by the impact. The foreigner managed to push it back, but he knows that without a weapon, he won't be able to deal any real damage. However, something caught his attention. The beast roared menacingly at him. From behind, Jaron approached with his improvised staff. Using his techniques, he delivered a precise strike to the back of the creature's neck. The foreigner was surprised by the result. The beast fell, lifeless with a puncture wound in its back. Jaron sighed in relief after the fight. A loud noise drew his attention. The sound piqued the foreigner's curiosity as well. Nearby, a powerful explosion had occurred. In just a single minute, the beasts had caused all that destruction. The foreigner remarked that it would take a few more minutes before help arrived. A sudden event like this is unexpected. People are dying when they talk. Kyoke knows how to use a taunting ability. Every tank knows it. He essentially shouts at high frequency, attracting nearby monsters toward him. Determined to become an adventurer, he plans to draw the monsters' attention until help arrives. He told Jaron to find shelter, as he doesn't know how to ask him to risk himself, especially since they barely know each other. All they've done so far is play games together for a few hours. However, Jaron
Now it launches.
the shout already. He imagines the guy must be a tank and knows how to use the
That's
suit. But Kyoke says
crazy.
it's dangerous, and Jaron replied that he was planning to do it alone anyway. If he were alone, he'd consider the possibilities, but he isn't. He told Kyoke that he's
How it
good at
launched
games,
now.
especially when it comes
That's
to
crazy
protecting.
work.
Besides, he also wants to be adventurous. And if
This
he's going to try,
this thing.
he'll do the best he can. There's no time
Said it
to
couldn't
keep talking
launch.
like this. It's time to act. The shop is completely destroyed. A person is hiding under the counter. Behind them, the monster had just killed an innocent bystander. The tank prepared to use his skill. In the store, the beast threw the limp body to the ground. Then it began tearing apart the
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
At that
Why
moment,
did it
the tank
launch?
shot down. Its
Why
effect
it launched?
reverberated through the area, drawing the monster's attention. Immediately,
I know it
the
can
beast
run on
silenced
you
its attack.
probably,
The
but
person was about to kill was
right now
confused.
it can't.
The girl responsible for the incident also heard the shout. She's intrigued by what might have happened. After using his skill, the tank caught his breath. Assuming a defensive stance, he was ready to fight the monsters that would appear. It didn't take long for them to gather at the epicenter of the shout. The strongest of them pointed in the boy's direction. But one horned monsters charged toward the attack. He stood ready, prepared to fight as well. But then he heard a noise above him. A monster was approaching.
You ready to see what's up?
He managed to block the
I think I got it.
It wasn't enough to hurt him.
I think I got it.
All right, that's good.
My problems for like the
However,
charger
it wasn't
cord.
over yet.
I knew you would.
Monsters were advancing, ready to attack simultaneously.
That's the problem. The charger cord originally wasn't charging. I think we might have got it. I just gotta see if this bitch wants it.
Jerome descended.
I knew you would, bro.
Two of them,
Oh, I think he
each
is
with two
bit.
guns on their heads. Looking at the crashed truck, he wondered what was going on there. They were gathering the bodies of the dead in the truck. That's why there were so many
I'm not going to lie to you.
Bro, I knew you would have.
I'm ready to get a new battery. That
Yeah,
battery
nah.
look crazy.
That's why I was telling you get a new battery and then put it in there.
That's why I was trying not to do to my battery, but that adhesive, bro, that adhesive ass.
Yeah,
His
it
task was to
is.
take down the strongest one since he was the damage
got
specialist.
trips with the next
His
battery.
improvised staff was ready
No,
to
it'll be fun. All I gotta do is, so when I take this one out, when I put this one will be fine. You know what I'm saying? As long as I do not have to take this bitch apart again, I'll be
This
fine.
was much weaker. If Jaron had his usual staff, things would have been very different. With a staff made of ordinary
As long as I-
materials,
Nah, I have to take this
even
bitch
so,
apart
he's
again,
doing
I'll
his
be
best to fight.
fine.
Although it's not the same, he's aware that there's a chance.
This my
At
old
times,
jam right
he's
here.
bare-handed, and despite
Because I did not, I was saying everybody, you just take this.
Yes, those hits
just
just
slid
slowed
it up
him down. Now the monster was in mid
I said, man,
Jaron managed to
you got me fucked up. I said, I'm not going all that. I said, give me your one with the frames. I had to find a video of the frames. Everybody trying to tell you. Because everybody kept me frames and just replace the screen and then you got a cute dummy. It's adhesive on this. They adhesive the fuck out of this phone.
Another beast approaches, ready to attack.
I like the phone so much better when you throw that bitch in rice. You can clamp open the back and then the batteries was pop out. All this adhesive shit, man. Nah,
This
it's fucking
experience perfected his full skill. The ring of staff hitting the monster in front of him.
Trying to me, baby?
After being brutally struck, the beast falls
Oh,
to the
I
ground.
thought you-
However,
I thought you was like,
unexpectedly,
oh.
one of the creatures grabs his foot. This immediately puts him on edge. The monster threw him down, shattering concrete. Jaron spits out blood after the
She not fucking
Two against one is a tricky situation. Even though it's not fair, he has no choice. This isn't a fight between humans. So things can be different before you can react to take the monster. To the tank, luck is also a skill. Watching through the phone camera, two people were amazed by the performance. They had defeated dozens of monsters, just the two of them without any equipment. Donnie was thrilled that he managed to record the whole action, but his friend pointed out that he only filmed it because he was too scared to run away. Kim wants to know who these two are since they look younger than him. Judging by what they did, they must be gold-level hunters. Either they're students at the Warrior School, or they're rookies who haven't made a name for themselves yet. Either way, he plans to post the video online and asks if his friend can make a thumbnail on his laptop. The news will be out soon, and he doesn't want to miss the potential millions of views. Exhausted, the foreigner thought the rescue containment team would have arrived sooner. However, only the two of them are really able to resolve the situation. Jaron apologizes for interrupting his cool stance, but he needs help getting up off the ground. So they finally shake hands. They're both pretty worn out, and when asked if he's okay, Jaron replies that
And I love you too, you move.
maybe he has a fracture or two.
Time,
but
time,
considering what he was expecting,
time.
so
Just say
the
move.
foreigner was amazed
Shut
that
up,
Jaron
shut up, bro,
was
shut
able to
up.
defeat the monsters.
Damn.
Saying his friend had dealt with 9 monsters in total and still helped him. The foreigner points out that his were just 2 stuck monsters. Since they were chatting, he asked which school Jaron goes to. Maybe reality was different from what he had heard, as he had heard that schools around here weren't that great. He apologized, saying that he was
No, shut up, bro, shut up.
also without answering, Jaron asked how old his friend was.
Yo.
Many people were stronger than him in school. The foreigner didn't know, as he talked to very few people despite he wasn't sure if he could properly assess his abilities. He guessed he was probably somewhere.
Yo, what hurt
Now,
that? That is
he
crazy.
has his love for him. Either way, there's still one last thing.
I was like, hold up.
Shut up. Like you know what making
You got her, bro. Down here,
He
man.
doesn't think that it's the special one. There's a log float around the area. And surely there must be something off to the side. That something is what's special. For now, I think they should just keep watch since they could easily be the last monster. Allow
They
the
had
monster
this
to
conversation. That's why they didn't hear that shit. I heard it. I was like, hold up.
This surprised me.
When I heard that shit, I was like, wait, nah, that's just car.
Something inside is definitely divided. The horn horrors live in a society similar to that of the tribal system. Those with two horns act as parents and chiefs, with horns of 10. These small tribes unite depending on numbers and strength, since they are relatively weak in dungeons or dangerous. These monsters rank low on the food chain, and their numbers are kept in check by predators. However, in rare cases, a mutant can develop a third horn, and this mutant is no mere leader of a small tribe, but a king who commands hundreds, even thousands. The Horned Horror King is a beast with a danger level of approximately 5 stars. It didn't take long for him to notice the two boys. Immediately, he became alert to what was happening. With a simple movement, the king unleashed a massive and destructive attack. Both of them had to quickly get out of the way. Moving at incredible speed, the beast was already near J-Rock, ready to strike. J-Rock had to react quickly to avoid being fatally hit. The monster's hand was powerful enough to destroy his open ice stab. The beast's attack broke through his defense, and he blow in his stomach. Not stopping there, the king was already preparing to deliver a kick. But his attack was interrupted. Shield King had caught him in a body lock. The beast's feet dug into the ground, tearing up the pavement. Even as Shield King pushed him back, he realized the situation was worsening. The Horned Horror King grabbed him with both hands. With no effort, the king lifted him off the ground. Then he slammed Shield King into the earth, creating a massive crater. If there was one thing they didn't have now, it was time. Two geniuses who would eventually grow to reach the full extent of their potential. But in the current situation, they couldn't. Even if they could use everything they knew, there was a vast gap. Gerald rose, staggering, yelling at the monster not to do it. With his attention focused on the boy, the king prepared another attack. The red glow of its aura was nearly upon him. Jaron took the hit head-on, unable to defend. With that, the beast seemed to have fulfilled its desire to strike. However, he felt something else was still happening. A far more dangerous presence than the king was now on the battlefield. Night had already fallen, and Sion still lay the dreaming of the hospital.
Wait, what happened?
Disappeared, not many
I'm sorry, dude. I walked away for a minute.
There's no one in this world who can precisely explain what Sion left behind. 11 years ago, much happened. A man made an unexpected confession to the press. He admitted all his
I should. To be honest, I should.
12 hours before the boys engaged in their battle with the monsters, Sarah had been deep in confusion. The truth she learned on Sunday was the only
I don't got nothing else, bro.
She spent the next few days researching Jaron's father and murder he had been unjustly accused. She was certain many people coveted the position of someone who was once number one but had now lost his powers. What she couldn't understand is how the situation was handled. It started with multiple accusations, the testimony of victims, and the building of the case. Public opinion became divided because he accepted all the accusations made against him. After the press conference, even his supporters turned their backs on him.
This baby girl shook it.
She doesn't understand why he did that, if there was something coercing him. Accepting the charges was like throwing fuel on the fire.
Well,
She wasn't sure if she was the only one who
that
noticed
didn't work as planned, but hey, I got it on there.
Instead of looking wrong, it was as if he was accepting the consequences. Then she came across something even more shocking. In his records, there was no mention of the County family. She wondered if J.R. wasn't really his son, but it made more sense that he just wasn't officially registered, as they did resemble each other somewhat.
What you doing?
Maybe J.R. had accepted all those accusations because J.R. was somehow involved, and at this moment, J.R.
Baby girl.
What was really happening to his body? He looked at his hand.
Let's get it on.
The beast charged at him furious. Its advance was relentless. He knew he
I
was
should have.
I need to
Fuck
figure out how
this.
to do
I
like
should
the
have launched
last
this.
part of it and put that adhesive back on, but for the most part, once I charge it up, I'll be able to do what I need to do with it.
needed to know.
Alright, that's good.
And he was determined to destroy the monster first. Using his
Baby
skills,
girl.
the pressure was immense, and the monster
Which is all I wanted to kind of get it to anyway.
tried to move and escape from Jaron's relentless attacks. Jaron knew the creature would get fought, and then the beast counterattacked him. Although the monster's aura was
I just
powerful,
want to be able to get everything like color notes and
however, the
all of that
That shit
stuff
was
up out of
great.
there.
now was very
And I'll be fine.
with the beast close and unleashed yet another attack. The
I'm still going to try to fix it up in the long run because I want to like use it to like the bot phones for fucking like Spotify streams and shit like that anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
I just want as much as I can get off of there. Should I take them? All right, what you need? All right. That's great. Socks in there. Never eat them.
You
Talking
boy.
to me.
Yeah, yeah. She said you supposed to be rolling this blunt.
Baby, I did it.
She lit.
I fixed the phone.
She lit over there.
I did the phone. I had to take the whole frame out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to get a new battery for it because I want to use it anyway. To what you call it? But yeah, that shit done so. Baby, stop. You see, you get drunk and you overthink. I told you I love it. No, baby, you did that the other day. You said some shit like, "Oh my God, I don't want you to feel like I trapped you in this relationship." And you feel bad for me. And you said some guilty pleasure ass shit. Baby, don't I always troll you and be like, "Baby, is you a man?" I don't actually think you're a fucking man. Shit, you got me the other day. I thought that was a fair game. You got me pretty fucking bad. When you was like, what you say? You hurt my feelings and something. Yeah.
The monster knew it couldn't avoid what was coming. Jiron's fist charged with four.
Look at this.
Perfectly executed uppercut connected with the creature's chin. That was the role of someone whose job was to deal damage. The grist scattered across the area. On the ground lay the beast's lifeless body and his jaw shattered. A monster transport vehicle.
You can't really see it because what y'all doing is just a galaxy and stars and stuff. Bree gave it to me.
It didn't take
Nice, ain't it?
news to spread worldwide.
This is bigger. You remember when I used to have that nephew, bro? This is like a step bigger. And then, baby, how you changed the button? She said it was like rain sounds and stuff you could play.
It's buttons on this on the. It's buttons on the inside, bro.
Yeah, I see it. That's not like crashing waves.
I might actually.
That's thunder.
As a child, Jiron's greatest wish
That's
was to be
not
like his father. But there was
And I
always
think that's
something
wrong.
He knew his father did
So you can change the color.
His
So
father had told him to find another career. Always seemed sorrowful when they discussed the topic. Perhaps
I guess that's the
why
start.
didn't want Jiron to follow the path of explorer? But they never spoke about it. Jiron thought that once he grew up, his father would music. But now he couldn't do that anymore. Jiron's eyes opened and he stared at the illusion of the ceiling. There was something about the feeling that made him feel nostalgic. The figure beside him asked if those were
This one?
startled Jiron needs the sun. Zeke stood there saying that Jiron was only his arm because he was determined. Jiron wanted to know whether the record still keeping him out. As soon as he sat up, he showed his entire body. Zeke told him not to move too much. Despite the trick being successful, he should be in a coma due to the extent of his injuries. And it would take him a month before he recovered. Until then, Zeke advised him to focus on healing because there was much to prepare for. The boy thanked him, saying it was the right thing to do, but he had something to say. Zeke cut him off, stating that if it was about his father, yes, they knew each other and worked together. Jiron moved his hand. So fast that he made Zeke focus on him. But Jiron only took the apple Zeke was holding. Seeing Zeke's expression, he asked if Zeke thought he was going to pick more sides. Zeke replied that it wasn't the reaction he was expecting. The boy says he doesn't know what Zeke's expectations are, but he just wants to know the difference in how Zeke is treated. He's respectful of more than just colleagues. Holding the apple, he takes a big breath. Get out and die, cut his arm with a knife in his hand. He figured Zeke might have thought that way and asked what his was. He said he tried hard to make it seem real and apologized if Zeke took it personally. Zeke brushed it off, saying he expected a more emotional reaction when the news came. Maybe he would have had that reaction 3 years ago. At that time, it was the only thing on his mind. He wanted to take revenge on everyone who had turned their backs on his father and caused him to end up the way he is now. Hearing this, Zeke asks what made him change his mind. But J-Rock thinks he just matured, and what he thought before was just madness. He's not even strong enough to hate Zeke, let alone seek revenge. What's most important to him now is earning enough money to pay for the hospital. That's his priority. He doesn't know when they'll find a cure. He'll do everything in his power to make it happen. He's determined to overcome any obstacle in his way. Zeke says he's only there to ask him a few questions. He wants to know why J-Rock isn't formally
it was your glass.
son, who took care of him after his father died. J-Rock explained that he was raised solely by his father, would be in danger
That's your
if his
glasses.
son was. Besides,
Your
he grew up
glasses
alone,
did
which Zeke nods, realizing that's the truth. Zeke then asks if he's ever heard the name Duke Galloway, but J-Rock doesn't recognize it. It's not a person, it's the name of a dragon, destroyer of the world.
Maybe I will end it for now. Just
He's also the most
fool around with it later.
The word dragon strikes terror into the hearts of people. A few years after the invasion, there were still a few rare dangerous events, like it being